Like it or hate it, the trends for the year ahead are in, and I'm sharing the top 7 2025 trends to transform your bedroom this year. It's all about being braver with using colour this year and creating a really textured, tactile effect in your bedroom for a really cozy feel that keeps us connected with nature. I put these trending reports together year after year. I speak with a wide range of experts within the industry, as well as providing my own industry insights. I do blogs about these as well, which I will link in the comments below. And if you like this kind of video, along with some renovation projects and tips and tricks with decorating, then please do hit that subscribe button before we get into the video. Kicking it off at number 1 is a design trend which is super popular right now, and it's an earthy inspired design trend. For years we've been seeing very pared back neutrals, very minimalist schemes. Now earthy inspired interiors not only look amazing, but they make us feel good to be in as well. For me, it's something that helps us keep connected to nature. And as humans, we do have that inherent need to feel connected to organic materials and those cozy cocooning colours. And we're seeing this so much throughout an interior, which isn't just exclusive to the bedroom. Now, what I love about an earthy inspired scheme is that it's one of the easiest to replicate. You really don't need really expensive materials and furniture to create the look. The key to achieving this in a bedroom is choosing the right colour palette. Now, an earthy inspired colour palette typically draws from natural matter. So we're talking about greens, browns, creams, whites, reds, and even blues can be pulled into the mix as well. Once you've got your colours sorted, it's all about bringing in those natural materials and textured items that are going to create that cozy and organic feel. Number 2, and something that I've mentioned on this channel a lot over the last year, is colour drenching. Now, we are going to be seeing even more colour drenching and double drenching this year. And if you're not familiar with these terms, I do have a video which I'll pop up on the screen for you now. Colour drenching is essentially saturating a room in one colour. This includes your woodwork, radiators, and basically anything from your walls up to your ceilings. Now, it is one of the best ways to create a dramatic look in a room. It only requires you to purchase one type of paint if you go for a multi-surface paint, and it's just a really great way to create a cocooning feel in both a large and a smaller room. Now, double drenching is something that we only saw at the end of 2024. It was coined by the Little Green Paint Company, and this basically involves using 2 or more related colours in your scheme. So this could be using a deep olive green on your walls and perhaps an even deeper green on your ceiling. This creates even more interest with the room rather than just having one base colour throughout. It's really effective, and I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of this. White ceilings are a really dated approach to decorating now, and we are seeing the use of more bolder colours on ceilings. Now, my top tip if you use this in your bedroom is to go for a multi-surface paint. This means that you don't have to get loads of extra tins of paint to cover the ceilings, the walls, and the woodwork. One of my favourites is Dead Flat by Farrow & Ball, which I will link in the comments below. Benjamin Moore also do an alternative, which I'll also link. It's really good. It basically means you just need 1 tin of paint. It will go on your ceilings, your walls, your woodwork, and it creates a flawless finish across all of them. Number 3 is warm wooden tones, and predominantly we are seeing this through flooring. Over the last few years, opting for those very light toned wooden floors have been just a huge thing in interiors, really driven from kind of farmhouse inspired interiors. But we're wanting those warmer, richer tones, which kind of draws into the earthy inspired design trend as well. Not only is warm wooden flooring completely timeless, it warms a room up instantly. Warm wooden tones really complement other natural elements in a room well as well, such as stone, linen, and organic textures. Flooring is a really expensive purchase if you're not in the renovation stage, so other ways that I would suggest introducing this into your room are with pieces of furniture and perhaps shelving, and you can pick up some really great bargains on places like Facebook Marketplace. You can strip back furniture, you can add a new stain to it. There's so many ways you can start bringing these warmer tones into your bedroom for a really cozy feel. Number 4, we are going richer, bolder, and more highly pigmented with the colours we choose to use in our bedrooms this year. I've also done a video on the top paint trends for 2025, which I'll link for you now. Across the board this year, we are seeing this from leading paint brands and the colours that they have now announced for their colour of the year. Now, Benjamin Moore is one of those, which I have got these amazing taper candles in the colours of the year. And I'm just going to get them out so I can show you the kind of colours we're starting to see this year. Colour of the year by Benjamin Moore is Cinnamon Slate. And I'll pop this up on the screen for you as well. And it is the most gorgeous, heathery, plum-based brown. We're moving away from kind of those coffee shades of browns into these more warmer shades, and I am a huge fan of this. I could imagine this on my cabinet behind me. I love this, and Benjamin Moore actually put together a really good palette of colours each year that go with the colour of the year. As you can see, we've got some gunmetal kind of grey here, got this gorgeous earthy green, which I just think lends itself amazingly to an earthy interior, and this would look gorgeous in a bedroom, like colour drenched. Got this gorgeous blue, which is actually really similar to what I have behind me, and then they've also got some lighter shades in the mix as well, which are great if you're kind of wanting a warm white in kind of a north facing bedroom. But they've got such a lovely selection this year. So I'd always recommend looking at their colour palettes because they've created these shades specifically to work with one another, and I think they just look great in a bedroom. We're not asking for permission to use colour in our interiors anymore, and certainly not in a bedroom. This year, it's all about leaning into these bolder shades of, I'm talking about reds, blues, browns, greens, and just being brave with your colour. Now, I understand that it can be quite scary and daunting to go for something bold if you're used to the neutrals that we've been seeing for so many years now. So if that is you, why not try and start small on a piece of furniture? This is a great way of introducing colour into your room and making you feel a bit more comfortable with it sitting with you. And I promise once you see it on a small piece of furniture, such as a side table, you'll love it so much that you'll be inspired to paint your whole room. Our interiors are demanding more from us, and texture is one of those. We're seeing textured walls and ceilings coming up as a real rising trend throughout interiors, specifically so in bedrooms if you're wanting to create an accent wall. The bed wall is typically the best wall for your accent wall because it's your focal point as you step into the room and you want it to make an impact. We've been seeing lots of kind of wood slat paneling, but what we're starting to see more of is textured wallpaper. It's got that additional tactile element to it, and it doesn't just stop on the walls. We're also talking about the fifth wall, which designers like to refer to, otherwise known as the ceiling. The ceiling is a really good one to think about because it's often one that is completely overlooked. It's often painted white as a knee-jerk reaction, and actually a wallpaper on a ceiling completely draws the eye up, giving the illusion of a bigger space, and it just creates a really cozy cocooning feel when you're in bed at night. I also think it's a really clever technique of using a textured wallpaper across a slanted ceiling, specifically if you've got an attic bedroom, as you can see, it just creates such a cocooning feel when it's drawn from the walls up through the ceiling and down again. If you're not too sure about using textured wallpaper, my top tip is grabbing a handful of samples, cutting them into A4 sheets of paper and taking them around the room with masking tape. That way you can see how they look in specific areas of the room depending on how the light comes in and also how it makes you feel. Wallpaper is really back, but richly detailed wallpaper is in for 2025. This is the new accent wall, and for me this ticks two boxes of introducing some textured, tactile impact into your room, as well as going for this richly detailed wallpaper trend. Intricately detailed maps and botanical prints are becoming really popular, as well as schnozery. And just because you use a detailed wallpaper, it doesn't mean you can't use pattern in the rest of your room. In fact, I absolutely would embrace. You can see pairing a detailed wallpaper with a really classic stripe just looks incredible in this bedroom. And if you are using an intricately detailed pattern, I always do recommend pairing with something a little bit more simple and pared back so you've got that beautiful balance between the two. And finally, at number 7, we are seeing the introduction of more soft curves into our bedroom. Now, this isn't technically a new design trend. It's been coming around for a long time. We've been seeing lots of curvature throughout our interiors, but angular lines have always been kind of a very popular format in certain design trends. Soft curves are my favorite addition to absolutely any room. Especially in a bedroom, they completely soften a room and they bring a really kind of warmth and organic feel with them. And there are so many easy design elements that you can do this today. Perhaps you have a mirror that's got a gorgeous soft curve on the top. Or perhaps you want to introduce some cushions to your bed that have got a curved roundness to them. If you are going down this design trend, I always recommend having a juxtaposition with curved lines and angular lines. And a really easy way to do this is simply introducing a stripe into your textiles, perhaps on a throw or on cushions. It just creates a gorgeous balance between the two. I wouldn't use too many curves in the interior. And as I like to say, curves do cost, especially when it comes to bed frames and furniture, but there are some really affordable ways you can introduce curves by just nodding to this design trend in a really gorgeous and subtle way. So those are my top 7 design trends for bedrooms in 2025. I've got some more ideas and expert insights on my blog, which I'll link in the comments below. I really hope you found today's video useful. Which of these trends will you be using this year and which ones do you love? But if you did enjoy today's video, please do give it a thumbs up, and I look forward to seeing you on my next one.